Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Travis and Damian Podcast, episode 2, where we're going to be talking about the news, the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, then our recent activities such as games, movies, shows, etc. So, first up, Bungie assumes full publishing rights to the Destiny franchise. Now, this was big news when I first saw it, and I'm pretty sure it still is. So,
yeah, that's huge, man. Like, they were able to keep the rights to Destiny and like break free from Activision. Like, it's such a big thing. I know a lot of Destiny fans are really happy because a lot of the decisions made from Destiny 1 to 2 were, mostly Activision by like putting loot boxes and like all that other greedy stuff. Like, to buy the proper expansion for Destiny 2, you have to buy like these other things before you can even buy the actual expansion and stuff. Like, it was just a mess. So now people are hoping that with Activision gone, Bungie could really make the Destiny they always wanted to make. So, and also it's really rare for like a big AAA company to go like independent and stuff. Yeah. So, because it's just by looking at Destiny, you could tell it costs a lot of money to make this stuff. So, I'm just happy that they finally could do what they want to do with this franchise because it's been struggling for a while. I know at the end of Destiny 1's like life cycle got really good, but Destiny 2 has not really been doing so well. So hopefully with Activision gone, they could finally make their own decisions on what they want this like franchise to be.
Yeah, because definitely Activision being above their head, they had to listen to them because they were like, well, they're kind of funding the game in a way, so we kind of have to do what they want to do. But at the same time, still have our vision there, but not exactly, because Activision was like, hey, you need to put this, this, and this, and they're like, we don't want to do that, but we kind of have to, so...
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I know this probably would never happen, but I would love for Blizzard to break free from Activision, but I'm pretty sure Bungie, they were just not too happy with Destiny as well, because I know it didn't sell as much as they wanted it to, so it seems like this was already written on the wall for a while. But with Blizzard, I really want Blizzard to break free, but I just don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But we could see. Things haven't been looking good for Activision, which is great for everyone else, but... I don't know. I hope to see more companies break free from them because it's not been. They haven't been so hot.
I'm just excited to see what the next Destiny game is gonna look like.
Yeah, I would love to see what the next Destiny. Even if they make another one, I don't know if they're just gonna keep expanding from the second one or what. But that's for a future date. So hopefully Bungie could finally make something great. So let's see.
Or maybe they'll go to another publisher if they actually need the money still.
Yeah, if they still need the money, then, hopefully go to a publisher that won't, destroy them. So, yeah. All right, so there's been a data mine of the NES Online games that you could play. Now you could play Super NES games, or allegedly anyway. I think that's, a no-brainer that they were going to do that. I mean, there's only so many NES games you could do without going to really obscure ones anyway, so, it's probably going to be a matter of time before, you can start seeing some other games and stuff like that. And for me personally, I think the Super NES is just a better console anyway in terms of games, so that's good. But it also means that, they found, when they announced that they were done making the classic consoles, that is probably like, all right, no, we're not going to make any more of these, so they're not going to eat any of the sales if people buy the online service. So we could just add this now because it's not going to really hurt us anymore, so...
Yeah, definitely theories going around hey, the other two emulators that were found on here along with the NES and SNES is GameCube and N64. Obviously, that's a no-brainer, but it's just a matter of time of when they'll put that out, I would say.
Yeah.
But the Super Nintendo lineup that we have here, according to this Nintendo Wire article, it's not bad titles, and some of these titles weren't on the SNES Classic either, like Demon's Crest, Legend of the Mystical Ninja, etc. So some pretty cool titles in here. But yeah, it's definitely very interesting because I just redeemed my 12-month I just redeemed the 12-month thing, so because I wanted to play some Smash Online. But I haven't used any of the NES online games yet.
I haven't even touched that. I bought that when Smash came out, the 1-year subscription. I still have not touched the NES thing because I just don't care. So adding Super NES games and hopefully later N64 and GameCube games will make this not feel as much as a ripoff. I know it's still $20 a year. It's better than the other things, but it also offers way less than the other competitors, Microsoft and Sony with their stuff. But I know they're more to 60 opposed to 20, but you know, it would be nice to get a little more stuff.
Yeah.
So can't complain for more stuff, you know.
Yes, indeed. Quick bit of news. We got some new Nintendo Select games for the 3DS. We got Zelda Majora's Mask, Mario Maker, and Star Fox 64. Star Fox 64 is a interesting one, to be honest, because that is a game that came out around the time the 3DS came out. And if you try to buy the game physically, it's still around that $30 to $40 price point. So the fact that they're now re-releasing it for Nintendo Classic, or Nintendo Select, I should say, it should make the price of the game a little bit cheaper at $20.
Yeah, I hope they do these more frequently, because you know, when new Nintendo Select games, you know, get announced, is very like, I can't remember the last time they did a bunch of new games that were for Select like titles.
I think it was 3DS as well. Or something like
it was
that.
3DS as well, yeah, because it's like they don't usually do it too often, so it's always good to see them like put new games for it, because you know, these are good games. You know, Majora's Mask 3D, Mario Maker, and Star Fox 64. I think those all worth like $20. They're worth $40, but you know, now with the price cut, I think it's definitely worth it. So I would like to see them do more of this, but you know, it's Nintendo, and they don't usually like to cut their prices too much.
Unless it's actually like, hey, this game already sold a lot. Let's just, you know.
Yeah, they've been getting a little better with it, because I during like the holiday sales and stuff, like I saw Breath of the Wild, you know, like I think it was like $40 something, like $45 in the eShop and things like that. So they've been getting better with that. But yeah, it's always good to see new Nintendo Select games. And
indeed.
With that, we got 2 trailers for 2 pretty big movies. Like we got John Wick Chapter 3. They just released a trailer like yesterday, I think.
Yes.
And, yeah, it looks really good. As you know, it looks like there's a lot of cool fight scenes. You know, just John Wick in a motorcycle and a bunch of other dudes with like samurai swords and motorcycles and like that. Yeah, that looks like a John Wick movie right there. I didn't watch the second one, so I'm not too sure, you know, of the whole continuity or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But it looks really good. I still need to watch the second one, but
yeah, I'll keep that in mind when talking about this. But Chapter 3. Supposedly the body count for this movie is like 3,000 or something like that.
Boy,
so
Jesus.
there's gonna be a lot of people dying on screen, which should be fun. But yeah, this should be a really fun summer blockbuster, I would say. I believe it's coming out in May, May 17th, which isn't that far, you know, from like other summer blockbuster movies. Like I believe Spider-Man's in like May as well, or something like that.
yeah.
But John Wick Chapter 3, very excited for it. My favorite part of the trailer is when he legit just throws the gun at one of the guys. That just had me like dying.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, should be a interesting movie. Very excited.
It's good to get those like big, you know, action blockbusters every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
That's not a superhero movie.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of superhero movies, we got Spider-Man Far From Home. They finally dropped a teaser trailer for it. So what are your initial thoughts on it?
I think it looks good. You know, we already knew Mysterio was going to be there, and you know, he's here. But yeah, I think it's cool that they're not doing it in New York, because it's like, you know, like almost every Spider-Man movie is in New York, and after a while you get kind of tired of it. So it's kind of cool that they're going to like freaking Europe or whatever, like Paris, I guess. I'm not too sure like where they are actually, but it's cool to see. Oh yeah,
I believe it's like Venice.
Oh, Venice,
part of it or something like that.
Yeah, it's somewhere in Europe. But yeah, it's cool to see Spider-Man in a different environment, because you know, you're so used to New York and Spider-Man, so it's cool to see him swing in like a different city and stuff like that. And we got to see some of the suits that he uses. He has like the wing suit, you know, with the wings under his arms, and it looks like some sort of noir suit, which I think we also kind of knew already. I think they showed pictures of that before, but yeah, he has like a noir looking suit at some point in the trailer.
Yeah, it's all black.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I'm pretty excited for it. Again, I'm not. Oh, Nick Fury was there too.
Yeah,
there was a lot in the trailer actually. It was pretty big. You know, for something called a teaser trailer, there was a lot in there. And I don't know if they said this takes place after, because obviously it does take place after.
Yes.
Infinity War.
So this was one of the things that I wanted to bring up. Some people brought up the point that like this might take place before Infinity War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and then it takes place before Infinity War, and then the movie ends with him like on the bus, and then it leads into those events. So that could be it.
Okay.
But you know, I think everyone assumed that this is after Infinity War, which it might, but we don't know. You know, they didn't reveal anything in those details, as of right now. So it could be not. We don't know yet.
Yeah. I don't know like what they're gonna do with Spider-Man after this movie, because it's like I'm pretty sure like they can't do any other movies after this one, right? Isn't it like I don't know what they're gonna do with Sony, like.
But supposedly there's 3 Spider-Man solo films. I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, so I think Tom Holland like leaked that one interview, and he's like, "Oh yeah, there's 3 Spider-Man movies."
He's pretty bad with the leaking. But yeah, overall I think it looks good. I like Mysterio. I could probably guess what the plot's gonna be though. I don't know if you want to say it or not, but like I could probably guess what Mysterio is up to.
He's pretty much doing what Syndrome did in The Incredibles.
Exactly, yeah. He's probably making these things because illusions, and then he's like he wants to be like the hero and stuff like that. But then so it looks like it's kind of like I could guess what's gonna happen. But I'm happy Mysterio is like in an actual movie. This is so weird. He's such a joke.
Yeah. He also looks like visually pretty good.
Yeah, I was scared we're gonna take away his like classic design with a fishbowl, but now they kept that. Like you can see him doing that. So it looks really good. I'm very excited for it. It's Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man, so can't wait to see it.
Definitely keeping the whole like high school shenanigans with him and MJ.
Yes. Yeah.
The one thing I'm very, very excited about this movie is Nick Fury and Peter Parker. Like, that was, like, a big thing in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. And the fact that we're finally bringing it to the big screen is very, very exciting for me. So, but he definitely, like, surprised me in this trailer. I was like, wait, what the hell happened? And it was like, oh, it's Nick Fury. Oh, okay. So, but yeah, definitely excited to see this movie. Wondering if it's actually going to take place before or after Infinity War. That's definitely a very interesting theory that some people brought up, because they don't really say, or even show anything much about that kind of detail. So
yeah, I was curious how they were going to do this trailer, because Infinity War. So with that theory, like it's kind of cool, but I still think this takes place after, when they're just saying that because they just had to get the trailer out, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we just gotta see.
All right. So recent activities. I got a long list, so I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm replaying all the Ratchet and Clanks because that's what I've been doing for like a while, and I got up to A Crack in Time, and I think it's still my favorite one. It's extremely good. For a PS3 game, it looks very good. The only thing that, is the resolution 720 still, because, PS3. But if this was in 1080, it would look like a PS4 game. It is. I'm surprised the graphical leap from Tools of Destruction to this one. Like, Ratchet looks so much better in this game than any other, like, HD game. Like, he looks really good. And, like, just the environments, the explosions, everything's really nice looking. Like, I love it a lot. Like, you could just tell, like, this was supposed to be, like, the last one, because he put so much effort into it, from, like, the story to, like, the ship that you could explore around and stuff like that. Like, it put so much work into this one, and like it just shows. I love the planets. They're all really fun to do. I love all the different. Well, there's not too many gadgets. There's only like a few, which I prefer actually. It's one of the reasons why I don't like 2 as much as everyone else does. I think there was like too much bloat and gadgets and stuff like that. I like when they only have like maybe 1 or 2 gadgets that they use a lot, so you could build like a bunch of different mechanics. So with this one, it was like the hover boots, where you could do like a bunch of different things with that, and you're not just restricted to puzzles with it. It's also like a main, how you travel around. So that's really cool. I really like all the weapons. I think it's like some of the most like creative weapons too in this game. I love them. I love the that death spiral or whatever it's called, where it like shoots out and comes back to you. I love the rhino. Like, I love everything about this one. It's really fun. It's also a very easy plat, since I'm getting plats on all of them. They don't really tell you to do any of the skill points, which is weird. All the other ones told me to do the skill points, so I'm glad I don't have to do that, because some of the skill points in this game are like extremely annoying. It's like one where you can't get hit in the final arena challenge. I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that. But besides that, yeah, it is a fantastic game. If you never played this game, you should. Like, obviously you should play the other ones, but this one's definitely worth it, because it was supposed to be the final one anyway. So yeah, it was good. All for One I also played. I got plat in it. Actually I didn't get platinum. I'm still working on that. But All for One was a game that I think a lot of people hated just because it was different. I like it a lot. I even liked it back when I played it, but playing it again, I could see that there was a lot of effort put into this as well. There was a lot of different levels and stuff like that. A lot of different mechanics from level to level. It wasn't just like like, yeah, it was chasing the trend of like the 4-player thing that was happening at the time, like, you know, New Super Mario Brothers and things like that. But I think they put a nice twist to it to fit like Ratchet into it, and you can still play it fine single player, which is what I did. Like the boss fights, I think are some of the best in the series, oddly enough, just because they force a lot more mechanics on you to like do certain things. It's not like just shoot the boss down and it's dead. Like, you know, you have to do certain things to make the boss weak, so it makes like the bosses a lot more engaging and stuff like that. But yeah, All For One is a really good game. I still don't know why people hate it so much. I guess just because it is different. Like the gunplay isn't as, you know, solid in like the other games, obviously, since it's like more in an isometric viewpoint. But it still feels fun to like shoot and stuff like that. Obviously, not the main focus, and more like platforming and puzzles and stuff like that. But overall, I think it's a solid game still. Besides that, I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 to drop a new patch with Blue Mage, which is like sort of like a Kirby. Like you go to a monster, you get hit by an ability, and you learn that ability. So it's like Kirby, but like in an MMO. It's hard to describe, and they can't even really balance it right. So you can't really use it in any of the content that really matters in the game. So you can't really level it to max level. You can only level it to level 50, while the cap right now is level 70. So it's mostly like in its own little bubble. But it's fun for what it is. You know, you learn new abilities. You could do like this like new solo challenge thingy they have. It's like a set of challenge rooms or whatever. I haven't gone up to that yet. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've been having some fun with it. It's mostly just leveling up to level 50, which is never really that fun. But once I get up to that end game stuff with it, I'm pretty sure it's going to be more fun. And then I have been playing Minecraft because I wanted to. And it seems like a lot of people have like playing Minecraft again for some reason. But I felt like playing some Minecraft because I've seen some people play it again. I'm like, you know what, let's try it again. I'm playing modded Minecraft, just like, you know, I have mods that makes it more like RPG-y, you know, just like different tech trees and like magic and stuff that you can learn. And yeah, Minecraft is just a fun game, you know. You mine and then you put a house and then there you go. Except with mods, you can make it a lot more complex and stuff like that. You know, you can give your weapon stats. You could, you know, again, like I said, you could use magic and stuff like that. I'm trying to remember what else was in that. Like there's different bosses and more dimensions. Like, you know how the Nether was a dimension where they had like 4 more of those with like each of like unique biomes and things like that. It's a lot of fun. Like if you never played modern Minecraft, I would give it a shot. It is very RAM intensive though. Like I'm surprised at how much RAM this thing takes up. Like since I'm using giant mod packs with like 100 mods in them, it takes like all like I can't have anything else open when I have modern Minecraft open. It's crazy. But yeah, I've been having a fun time with that as well. And I think that's about it. That's all I've been doing.
Wow. Modded Minecraft is nuts.
Yeah, it is nuts. Like, if you ever seen like other people play it, it's like I don't even know what's going on, but it's fun.
All right. Well, I went to MagFest.
Yeah.
That was a good time. The drive up there was not, but you know what? When I finally got there and went to the convention and everything like that, that was fun. When you're there for like multiple days, the show floor can only provide so much, so you kind of have to do all the other things, like the console room, the arcade room with like 20 billion pinball machines. Going to panels, I only went to the Runaway Guys panel, which thankfully they didn't call me up because I felt like I probably would have just got like a unlucky panel and just got a brutal question and instantly lost. But you know what, that was just a fun panel to just sit through and watch other people play. So also, you know, since it's like trivia based questions, you could also play along with yourself in a way. So but yeah, definitely a fun convention. Then I played some League of Legends. They dropped patch 9.1. I believe the ranked season starts next week or something like that. But they're going to roll out positional queues in NA and Korea only for some reason. But we're getting it, so I don't care. But that'll be very interesting to test out and see on how that works. But yeah, I actually got my Smurf account to Diamond 4. There's no more 5 divisions, so you can't be like Bronze 5 anymore. You could only be like Bronze 4. So
wait, why?
Because they added Iron below Bronze, and then they added Gray. Yeah, so so there's Iron, Bronze, Silver, Gold, Plat, Diamond, Grandmaster, Masters, Challenger.
Okay, Iron, man, that sucks. Imagine being so bad in Iron now. Oh man.
But yeah, so very excited to see where I place and how far I'll go. Then I actually started playing the Spider-Man PS1 game because I've had that for like a year or two now, and I'm just like, you know what? Why don't I just play it? And it is definitely a PS1 game because the camera just fights with you all the time. But you know what? It is a very linear Spider-Man game, and you know what? It's fun. So, but the story is definitely very interesting because there's a lot of like symbiotes going around. I'll say
that was like when they were super into symbiotes. Was like that 90s era. They were like super into that. So
it was like we need Venom and Carnage in every single story.
Yeah.
Right? So, but there's that. Then I watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse again for the third time, but this time around, I actually had some knowledge on like Miles Morales' comic book backstory. So I've been reading the first run of Miles Morales' story by Brian Michael Bendis, and the first part of the comics was drawn by Sarah Pacelli or something like that. But I get to, you know, pretty much see on how like he envisioned on how Miles Morales was supposed to, you know, be taken in his story, and then in the movie they, you know, took obviously certain spins and certain liberties on it, which is fair. But yeah, that was definitely, you know, it. When he was talking about like the lottery, when like on how he got into the school, I didn't think that it was like an actual lottery with like them picking like certain kids to get into the school. But they actually show that in the comics, like
man, what the hell?
with him like sitting there in the like gym, and you know them like picking names, and then he was actually the last one to get in. So that's why he's like, I kind of just got in because of a lottery, which it all makes sense to me now. But that was like the only part of the story in Spider-Verse that I was kind of just like questionable on, because I was like, what the hell is he talking about? But now I know. I played the Resident Evil 2 one-shot demo. As a person who's never played a Resident Evil game ever, that game was actually very fun. I had a good time with it, and I cannot wait for the full game to come out now. And I'm probably going to buy it, even though it is $60. That is a little crazy that it is a full remake, but it's still $60. But I guess, you know, they actually took a lot of time and effort into this remake, which is understandable. So, but yeah, definitely going to buy that and hopefully stream it or whatever. But then I watched If Beale Street Could Talk. It's a movie about this black guy who got accused of a crime that he didn't do. You see how it affects, you know, the family and his girlfriend and all this other stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it was all right. It wasn't like anything, you know, amazing or mind blowing or anything like that, but it was okay. And then during MagFest, we did the Black Mirror Bandersnatch, and the person controlling it was very drunk, and it was just very, very funny to go and see on exactly what choices he would make. But we did get all of the endings. So, but yeah, it was just like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And it was like, oh wait, yeah, I could go back, because like he actually like kept like looping. He's like, wait, I want to see what happens if I try it again. I'm like, bro, it's gonna be the same thing. Just pick the other one.
Yeah. It kicks you out. It doesn't kick you out, but it's like once you pick the wrong thing, it just like gives you that other screen. Is like, hey, pick the other thing, please.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that was definitely a very interesting experience.
Yeah.
And then I've been watching this new Netflix TV show or whatever. It's called You. Just watch the first episode. If you're not hooked by the end of the first episode, it's not for you. But by the end of the first episode, I was like, damn, son, this is really good and getting really interesting. So
what is it about?
It's pretty much about this guy who runs a bookstore, and then this girl crosses his path, and he pretty much stalks her on the internet, and he kind of stalks her in real life.
Well,
and
that's good.
Yeah. But there's a twist to the show that I won't really spoil. But yeah, it's definitely very interesting, and I really do like it. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have been doing. But is there anything else you would like to add, Damian?
No, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to the God damn it.
Good job.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for listening to the Travis and Damian Podcast, episode 2. We will see you guys on the 31st of January with the next episode.
See you.